we're just going to talk a bit about my weight loss journey and what's going on at the moment. So, this week I began a 3 long weeks, but a 3-week liquid diet. It's for preoperative surgery. This is what they require so that my liver will shrink, so that during the surgery it'll be easier to do. Because my BMI is so high, I have to do a 3-week diet. Most people only have to do a 1 to 2 week diet, liquid diet, but I have to do a 3-week diet, and it's already proven to be hard. Yesterday, I wanted everything in the universe. Like, I just wanted to eat, and nothing in particular. I just wanted to eat something. Today is going a lot better. I've got my shakes in, and I've been drinking my water, so it hasn't been that bad, but it kind of sucks. It really does, because 3 weeks is a long time to not be eating anything solid. I can have Jell-O, but Jell-O, it's not the same, right? Like, the consistency is totally different. It does give you something to kind of chew, but other than that, it's not really going to fulfill any of your needs in terms of chewing and eating. That being said, even after the 3 weeks is up, that doesn't mean I'll be eating. I actually have probably 2-3 months before I'll be eating again, and that's a long time to not eat anything, because I'll have to have the surgery, and after the surgery I have to continue to drink liquids from my main diet. That's all I'll be able to have for at least a month. And then, according to the weight loss plan of the hospital I'm going to, I'm on a 3 to 4 month plan. So the first 2 months are basically liquid, and then I'll go into like a puree, and then I'll go into semi-solids, and then I'll go back into solids. But that's 4 months down the line. That's a long time. When you have an eating disorder, like binge eating disorder, the prospects of doing something like that is very scary, and it really is. I was going back and forth yesterday, like, can I do this? Can I possibly give up food for that long? My therapist, however, told me that I'm looking at it in the wrong way. That I'm not giving up food. I'm just taking a break from food for a while. Food isn't gone forever. It's just gone for a little while. But even that little while is a big issue. When you're used to using food to cope, when you're used to using food to cope, when you're used to using food out of boredom and out of sadness or out of happiness, when food is like your number one resource for all these other things, and suddenly it's gone, it's a very scary thought to think that there's just this big void that's going to be there now. So I'm trying to keep myself busy, playing games, writing. Writing's been a big one. I'll start writing again, using the adult coloring books, drawing. I've been trying to just reactivate my hobbies that I really haven't been that into in years, but I'm trying to rekindle them. So yeah, I have about a 2-week supply at the moment of protein shakes, and then I'll have to get some more to finish me off for that 3rd week. And I just felt it's kind of going at a snail's pace. Like I said, today is a lot easier. The first 2 days are honestly the worst, but as time goes on, it'll get easier to do. And I reckon, honestly, by the 4th or 5th day, maybe 6, it might take a whole week, but by the 4th or 5th day, I reckon that it'll be a whole lot easier to handle. It won't feel like such a long haul. I'll stop caring so much about eating, and it'll just feel like second nature to not be eating. So, but that's down the line. That's days from now. We're only in day 3, so we have at least 2 days before I can even hope that something like that will occur. And there's no guarantee that it will. anything throughout this whole 3 weeks. And it was scary because I thought to myself just the other day, like, what if, like, my binge eating disorder, like, becomes, like, a real big issue post-op, where I'm, like, sabotaging myself because I want to eat, you know, but I won't be able to eat that much after surgery, but you can still stretch out your pouch, which is what they call, like, the remaining bit of your stomach that's left after you get the vertical sleeve, which is what I'm getting. I'm getting the vertical sleeve weight loss surgery, where they go and they cut, like, I don't know, 60-70% of your stomach out and then leave the rest there. It's just a little teeny bit left. But that little teeny bit can be stretched back out to really the size that it used to be. It won't happen instantly, but it's something that can happen. And the sooner that happens, the sooner you have a chance of getting your weight back. And then that whole surgery was for nothing. It's a very expensive surgery and a very serious surgery to just throw out the window because you have a binge eating problem. But I don't have a binge eating problem. I have a binge eating disorder, and there's a difference. But I've gotten better at it. So, and I'm hoping with this 3-week liquid diet, it will dissipate quite a bit. I've done liquid diets before. 2 years ago, I did or not 2 years ago. Yeah, no. About 2 years ago, I did a liquid fast for 9 days, and that was just straight water, not protein, nothing, just water. And that was very euphoric for me. I loved it. I felt great all the way up until the end, where I was suffering from a bit of weakness, and that's why I stopped it. But I really enjoyed being on that diet. But that was something that I chose to do. It's really different when you are doing something that you're kind of required to do versus something that you want to do. Even if it's something that you're able to do and have done before, this seems so much harder because it's something that I have to do, and it's in a time frame that I did not give myself, so it seems that much harder to do. But yeah, anyways, I'm excited about where this could go, though. This could be life-changing. Well, this will be life-changing. I plan on following all the rules to a T so that I'll have the maximum amount of weight loss. And I'm just eager to see where this goes. It's just, this beginning part really sucks. But it's just the beginning. So this is the start of the weight loss journey all over again, really, because I'm getting the surgery. So I'm eager to see where it goes, and we'll just have to wait and see. To help me through this journey that I'm embarking on, I started reading a book, Overcoming Binge Eating. I'm about 4 or 5 chapters in so far, and I've highlighted some interesting areas of the book that I felt resonated with me or were really interesting. So I'm going to read some of those to you. Unpleasant feelings of all types can trigger binges. Feeling depressed is particularly powerful stimulus. Other emotional triggers include stress, tension, hopelessness, loneliness, boredom, irritability, anger, and anxiety. Unstructured time. The absence of structure in a day makes some people prone to binges, whereas having a routine may be protective. Lack of structure may also be accompanied by feelings of boredom. One of the moods that tend to be triggers: being alone. As already mentioned, binges mostly occur in secret. Being alone therefore increases the risk, as there are no social constraints against binge eating. If the person is lonely as well, the risk is even greater. Feeling fat. Feeling fat is an experience reported by many women. It is uncommon in men, but eating problem. And these people feeling that fat tends to be equated with being fat. And these people feeling fat tends to be equated with being fat, whether the person's actual shape or weight. And feeling fat can trigger binge eating. Gaining weight. Most people who are concerned about their weight react badly to any increase. A weight gain as little as 1 pound may precipitate a negative reaction, and among those prone to binge, one response is to give up attempts to control eating, with a binge being the result. This reaction is based upon a misunderstanding. Body weight fluctuates within the day and from day to day, and short-term changes reflect changes in hydration, not body fat. That was a particularly important quote for me to read, because as somebody who has body weight issues and body image issues and issues with the scale, when I hop on the scale, I am that person who freaks out over whatever that number is going to say, and especially if it's from day to day, and knowing that there is a reason for such sometimes massive changes in a day-to-day weight is helpful, especially when you know that it's water, and I am somebody who retains water quite easily. Like, that is one of my problems. When I eat sodium, I hold on to massive amounts of water, and I know that, but still sometimes when I get on the scale, all the logic goes out the window and all I see is the numbers, and I become totally distressed. Now we're moving on to some of the things I have highlighted in chapter 2. The person must show over-evaluation of the importance of his or her shape or weight. Their concern about shape and weight goes far beyond just feeling fat or being unhappy with their appearance. This was in response to bulimia, by the way. And that binge eating disorder was kind of derived from bulimia, because people who have bulimia tend to binge eat. Chapter 3. More often than not, though, binge eating is associated with other difficulties. The relationship between these problems and the binge eating is complex. Often vicious circles develop that are self-maintaining and difficult to break. People with binge eating disorder do diet at times. Indeed, it is common for them to alternate between periods of successful dieting, which may last for months at a time, and periods of overeating when they also binge. As a result, their body weight may change markedly from month to month and year to year. Dieting both encourages binge eating and is a response to it. So, you can see that. But there's a figure there. A list of foods avoided by someone with bulimia. So I don't have bulimia, I have binge eating problems. But some of the foods that they listed are foods that I also have avoided when I've been dieting. And they are butter, whole milk, cereal, cookies, donut, peanut butter, especially peanut butter, pizza, and Chinese food. An important psychological effect is that the dieter becomes preoccupied with thoughts about food and eating, and may also develop a sense of deprivation. Most dieters might want to keep their calorie intake below, say, this goal on more days than not. In contrast, strict dieters feel that they must achieve this goal to the letter, and that they have failed if they eat any more than their rules allow. When dieting is both extreme and strict, involving highly specific dietary rules that demand considerable restraint, repeated failures are likely. This is demoralizing, but to make matters worse, these failures trigger binges because strict dieters are prone to abandon dieting, at least temporarily, when they break their rules, and the result is a binge. This reflects their thinking style, one that is characteristic of many of those who binge. So-called all or nothing thinking. People with this type of thinking see things in extreme or black or white terms. They see themselves as succeeding or failing. They view food as good or bad, and so on. That was a very powerful little paragraph there. And it relates to me so much. I can relate to everything that was mentioned here. I've restricted myself to 1,500 calories before. I've said this is all I'm going to eat, and it's literally to the T. I failed, and I binged because I failed. It all relates to me so well. Eating problem judge their self-worth largely or even exclusively in terms of their shape and weight and their ability to control them. That's definitely me. Is that it? Okay. That's all I've highlighted so far. But yeah, this book has been very helpful to me so far. It's Overcoming Binge Eating, 2nd edition. The proven program to learn why you binge and how you can stop. Dr. Christopher G. Fairburn. I forget how I found this book, but I'm glad I did. I bought it off of Amazon, and it's been very helpful for me so far. I definitely recommend giving this book a good read if you have the problems that I've mentioned in this book or that I've mentioned in this video. It's helping me get through this whole journey and helping me understand what's going on with my thinking and with my binges. And this is a book that I plan on finishing probably in the next week or so. And I'll have an update on what else I've highlighted. But I will fill you in probably in a couple days on what my progress is on this and let you know how it's going. But until then, thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.